Are you feeling a shift in your market? I know we've been a little slower the last few weeks, but we were much busier earlier this year than we usually are. So I don't know if this is the big shift that everyone is always talking about, or if it's just a lull in the market. Welcome to the Savvy Agent Podcast, where we help real estate agents build a thriving business so they have financial freedom in their life without having to work 24/7. I'm your host, Heather Wright. Now let's get to it. Regardless, I always welcome the slow periods because it gives me opportunity to catch my breath, get some rest. Going balls to the wall 24/7 for months on end is not easy. And the last 2 years has been anything but easy for this realtor and probably for many others too. I encourage you and everyone to take the time you need to fill your personal tank. You're the only one that's going to take care of you. So what do you need to keep showing up 100% for your clients, for your business, for your family, for your life? Some people would tell you their morning routine is what keeps them grounded. And I don't get those people. I've read the book, Miracle Mornings by Hal Elrod. Once I even tried it, and I quickly gave it up. The premise to the Miracle Morning is that you have 60 minutes and you chunk it up in 10-minute segments by doing something different in each of those 10 minutes. Like you might meditate for 10 minutes, exercise for another 10 minutes, read like a educational book for 10 minutes, journal for 10 minutes, so on and so forth. I mean, it sounds great. I just can't seem to make it happen. It is not for me, and that's okay. I have found what works for me in my daily routine. Sometimes I get off track, but that's okay because I am human. So in the slow times, if I find myself off track, I do what I need to do to get back on track. So think about, what do you need to do to set yourself up for success for the day? First off, I'm hungry when I wake up. I need to have a healthy breakfast, some protein, some berries, some coffee. Okay, maybe the coffee isn't the most healthy, but that's what's working for me now. Practicing gratitude is really powerful for me. Sometimes I feel like a broken record, always being thankful for my husband or being thankful for my family and my team, all of the people that I'm thankful for in my life. But when you take a moment and appreciate the good things in your life, it puts your mind in a positive place and it helps you to not take things for granted. You don't necessarily have to share your gratitudes, but recognizing them to yourself is powerful all on its own. So think about what you're grateful for at the start of each day, and it'll put you on the path to positivity. Then I'll look at my day so I know what to expect. I try to do this the night before too, but always looking at it again with fresh eyes in the morning. Some days are super busy and I don't have opportunity to fit in anything else from my daily routine, but usually I have some extra time where I have, office time or time that I can get my daily routine completed. So what are the 3 things that I'm working on that need to be done? My to-do list is usually a lot longer than 3 things, but I always think about what are the 3 things that have to be done today. And on those days where my calendar is jam-packed, well, those 3 things might be appointments. It might be just surviving the day. So the 3 things that have to be done that day are not always the same things. They might be related to what's already on the calendar. And then I consider my goals. And actually, I write my goals down every day, what my annual goals are. It sounds a little strange when I hear myself saying it out loud, but the act of writing my goals down every day is almost like manifesting them to come true. Not only am I keeping them top of mind in my brain, but it also centers me. So I know what I'm working toward every day and I remain focused on the goal. So if your goal is to make $1 million this year, but you're not doing the work required to make $1 million today, if you write that goal down every day, maybe you could just manifest it out of nothing to get it done. But the idea behind, thinking about those goals, writing them down, is that your actions will be defined and created by what those goals are. So if your goal is to make $1 million, you'll probably think, okay, well, what are the 3 things I have to do today to make $1 million? And you do those 3 things. Usually people don't say, I want to make $1 million this year and I'm going to go watch Netflix for the rest of the day. Unless you could make $1 million watching Netflix. If that's true, I need to check that career out. But regardless, writing my goals down is part of my daily routine. And then there are tasks that I have to do every single day. They're not really part of the top 3 to-do list. They're just things that have to be done to meet my goals. For example, every day I need to follow up with my leads. No matter what, must follow up. Every day, I need to generate new leads. Most of my lead generation is already set up through systems and automation, so I don't necessarily have to do anything special in that regard. But having this on my daily checklist makes sure that if it's not happening or something is broken, I'll notice it sooner than later. Sending thank you cards is on my daily list. I might not send one every day, but it's a cognizant thought that I do have every single day thanks to this routine. And it also helps me express gratitude for my clients or people I know that aren't necessarily people I'm thankful for all the time, like my husband and my family and so on. Visibility is super important to help me reach those goals. And that reminder is on my daily checklist too, whether that's visibility on social media or sending a newsletter to my database. I've built visibility into my plan and I need to make sure it happens. At the end of every day, I consider my wins. Wins is something I've always struggled with. I'm kind of a go big or go home kind of person. So if I didn't have a big, amazing win, like I sold a house or 2 houses or however many houses, then I used to think, well, fuck, I don't have any wins today. Today was a complete and total loser waste of time because I didn't have a big, amazing win. But the reality is almost everything we do is a win. And do you see how quickly that mindset shifts from, oh my God, you're such a loser, you didn't close a big deal today, to if you think about all of the things that you do that truly are wins. I sold a house. I had a wonderful dinner with my husband. I made a healthy dinner for me and my husband. I talked a client off the ledge. I was on time for every appointment, or I was on time for one appointment. Whatever the win is, it's yours. Might as well own it. I completed everything on my to-do list. I got the number one thing I had to get done today completed. I got a solid hour of exercise in. I had a good showing. I educated my clients. I made time for myself and I didn't compromise it. See, you can find a win in just about any situation, no matter how big or small. And even if you made a mistake, maybe you had a really bad day and maybe you were getting it from every single direction. That happens. I've been there. I hate those days, but I've had them too. What are the lessons that you have learned in those days? Sometimes our worst days are the best because those are what we build our future selves out of. So did you learn something like, I shouldn't have done that? I will do that differently next time. Did you learn some boundaries that maybe you need to set? Maybe you learned that you need to have conversations with people before a certain point in the transaction, and that will help change your system for next time. Isn't it amazing how when you look at what truly happened in your day from a positive perspective, that it makes you feel better, it makes you feel productive, it makes you feel accomplished when you give yourself a little bit of love instead of that stupid go big or go home mentality where you berate yourself for not having one giant amazing sale today. Oh my God, what a waste of the day. Think about what you did during the day that was a win. Nothing is too small to be a win. And that's it. It's pretty easy. It takes less than an hour. Could take more than an hour on some days, depending on what all is on my list. But overall, that's my daily recipe for success. Do you have a routine that works especially good for you? I'd love to hear about it. Email me at podcast@savvyagent.co. I hope you're making time every day to fill your tank. If you're constantly running on empty, both you and your business might suffer. And honestly, to hell with the business. You are going to suffer. And if you suffer, nothing else is going to work. So take care of yourself, which will take care of your business, which will take care of your family. It's a domino effect, but it starts with you. You got to take care of you. So what can you do on a daily basis and make it easy to happen? That's it. I'll talk to you next week.